pretty cutting.
I don't see it as cutting at all. My brother and I love each other. I love him deeply. There has been a lot of pain between the two of us, especially the last 6 years. None of anything that I've written and anything I've included is ever intended to hurt my family.
Last time we'll be living together.
It's been a fairly emotional experience. Well, bearing in mind I cook him and feed him basically every day, I think he's done rather well. He does do a bit of the washing up, then he leaves most of it in the sink, and then it comes back in the morning and I have to wash it up.
Oh, the lies.
Yeah. He snores a lot as well, keeps me out all night long.
In mind, I cook him and feed him basically every day. I think he's done rather well. He does do a bit of the washing up. Then he leaves most of it in the sink and then it comes back in the morning and I have to wash it up. The lies. He snores a lot as well. Keeps me out all night long. Does give a full picture of the situation as we were growing up and also squashes this idea that somehow my wife was the one that destroyed the relationship between these two brothers. The quote in this book where you refer to your brother as your beloved brother and arch nemesis. Strong words. What do you mean by that? There has always been this competition between us. Weirdly, I think it really plays into played by the things just took a frosty turn behind palace walls and Prince William isn't playing games while Harry and Meghan keep stirring headlines. William's response is a masterclass in silent strategy and royal realness. No interviews, no drama. Just firm boundaries and a future focused mindset. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Is the royal rift officially permanent? Stick around, because we're diving into the quiet power move that's shaking the monarchy louder than any tell-all ever could. So, the royal drama is heating up again. And this time it's not Harry making the headlines. It's Prince William and the wall he's building between himself and his younger brother. Seriously, you could feel the chill. No interviews, no press releases, just pure calculated silence. And honestly, that silence says everything. Mom died. MHM. Even when you were in the same school in high school. Sibling rivalry. Your brother told you, pretend we don't know each other. Yeah. And at the time it hurt. I couldn't make sense of it. I was like, what do you mean? We're now at the same school. Like, I haven't seen you for ages. Now we get to hang out together. He's like, no. When we're at school, we don't know each other. And I took that personally. But yes, you're absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head. Like, we had a very similar traumatic experience. And then we dealt with it two very different ways. William tried to talk to you about if he will attend his father, King Charles III coronation in May. So, I don't know how staying silent is ever going to make things better. If you're invited to the coronation, will you come? There's a lot that can happen between now and then, but you know, the door is always open. The boarders in their court. There's a lot to be discussed, and I really hope that they are willing to sit down and talk about it. She was the villain. She was the third person in the marriage. She needed to rehabilitate her image. You and your brother both directly asked your dad not to marry Camilla. Yes. Why? We didn't think it was necessary. We thought that it was going to cause more harm than good. I don't want history to repeat itself. I do not want to be a single dad. And I certainly don't want my children to have a life without a mother or a father. I was shouting back at him. It wasn't nice. It wasn't pleasant at all. And he snapped and he pushed me to the floor. He knocked you over. He knocked me over. I landed on the dog bowl. You cut your back. Yeah, I cut my back. I didn't know about it at the time. It all started when King Charles's aide reportedly had a super hush-hush meeting with two of Harry and Meghan's team. And just like clockwork, the tabloids went wild. Why? Because this private little meeting just so happened to hit the press right when Princess Catherine was out there slaying at Wimbledon. Like, are we really supposed to believe that's a coincidence? People aren't that naive anymore. If anything, it smelled like a textbook media distraction. AKA a classic Sussex PR move. But here, I know, hey everybody. Right. There we have the author of the new bestseller Spare. I'm here with Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Harry, I believe you said I could call you Harry. I actually said you can call me whatever you want. Okay. Well, obviously because we're such dear friends. Now that I have read your book, I feel like we know each other very well. And we had the wonderful interview the other night that everyone acclaimed as groundbreaking. But the thing is that even after reading 400 pages of your book, there's only so much you can fit into 400 pages. And I feel like I don't know you as well as I'd like to. My team up there in the Late Show labs have come up with 15. You have a lab here? Oh yes. That explains a lot. Yes, I'll hook you up. Now my team has come up with 15 questions that are scientifically calculated to plumb the depths of anyone to reveal their soul to the world as much as the two of you are quite different in taste of music. Quite varies a bit. I'd say his was pretty shocking but mine was quite. But apart from that we tend to like the pretty much the same music. Yeah. Yeah. These two he play this stuff and I'm sitting there going downstairs. It's just like houses up and down the cover. Turn that racket down. Yeah. And you've had obviously. But here's what made the whole thing even more suspicious. Prince William was nowhere in the picture, not in the headlines, not in the room, not even in the conversation. And that absence, it spoke louder than any statement ever could. Some insiders said he wasn't even told it was happening. Others claimed he knew, but simply chose not to get involved. Either way, the message was crystal clear. William is done with all of it. Example. All I can hear is her laugh in my head, and that sort of crazy laugh of where there was just pure happiness shown on her face. In just released photos and a new documentary, Princess William and Harry are sharing their favorite childhood memories of their mother. There are several conversations. There's a conversation with you, with Harry, about how dark your baby is going to be, potentially, and what that would mean or look like. Sources close to the palace say he doesn't ask about Harry, doesn't talk about him and doesn't engage. And, honestly, I get it. After years of public mess, explosive interviews, and what royal insiders are calling flat-out betrayal, William's decision to stay quiet isn't just about brotherly beef anymore. It's a strategic royal move. He's not just protecting his own peace. He's guarding his family, his kids, and literally the future of the monarchy. From the chaos Harry and Meghan drag around like a thundercloud. And really, can you blame him? At some point, when someone keeps throwing matches, you stop. Standing near the fire. William's silence isn't cold, it's controlled. And in a world where every headline feels like a PR game, sometimes saying nothing is the most powerful move of all. You know, my brother and I love each other. I love him deeply. There has been a lot of pain between the two of us. Especially the last 6 years. He was shouting at me. I was shouting back at him. It wasn't nice. It wasn't pleasant at all. And he snapped and he pushed me to the floor. He knocked you over. He knocked me over. I landed on the dog bowl. You cut your back? Yeah, I cut my back. I didn't know about it at the time. She said, "What's that?" I was like, what? I actually didn't know what she was talking about. I looked in the mirror. I was like, what's absolutely wild is how this whole PR circus feels like it was ripped straight from Meghan's old playbook. Like, we've seen this strategy before. Stir the pot during someone else's big moment, then act like it was just a coincidence. The royal watchers are clocking the pattern. And it's not subtle anymore. I mean, for whole days have passed between the actual meeting and when it suddenly hit the press. Just enough time to let that perfectly orchestrated news cycle drown out Catherine's picture-perfect Wimbledon appearance. And let's not forget the fact that she looked like a total queen in that custom self-portrait dress. Elegant, composed, and everything the monarchy wants to project right now. Meanwhile, instead of celebrating that shining moment, what did we get? More Sussex drama flooding the headlines. Coincidence? The timing was too perfect not to raise eyebrows. It's giving strategic distraction and the public's catching on.